Bay, a moonlit protest boat. In Boston's harbor, night betrayed the crown's long reach of gold. King George and Parliament rose in wrath, their patience wearing thin. To make an example of the few, they punished all within. They saw defiance as rebellion, saw freedom as a crime. And so they wrote the cruelest laws to teach the colonies in time. But what they meant to break apart would bind with stronger thread. For tyranny's iron hand awoke the hearts it meant to dread. Oh, the Intolerable Acts, they called them so. Chains of law where freedom used to grow. You can close our ports, you can take our land, but you'll never rule a free man's hand. From Boston town to Virginia shore, they rose as one. No more, no more. They sealed the harbor's gates with guards till debts were paid in full. No ship could enter, none depart. They starved the city cruel. Merchants wept for empty docks, while soldiers filled the streets. But hunger bred defiance there, not loyal, fearful beats. From Carolina's southern farms to towns in Delaware, they sent provisions, words of strength, a union taking care. What England meant for punishment, the colonies saw as call. That freedom's fight had just begun, for one became for all. Oh, the Intolerable Acts, they called them so. Chains of law where freedom used to grow. You can close our ports, you can take our land, but you'll never rule a free man's hand. From Boston town to Virginia shore, they rose as one. No more, no more. They stripped the charter, took the crown, gave soldiers power, tore rights down. No town could meet without the king's command. The voice of the people outlawed by hand. But in taverns low and churches high, they whispered truth that would not die. For if our laws are not our own, then liberty's seed was never sown. Send them to London, the redcoats cheered. No trial here, no jurors feared. For crimes in colonies they'd sail away, where verdicts bent the royal way. But patriots swore with solemn tone, no man's judge far from his home. Justice must stand where the people live, a right no king shall ever give. They knocked on doors with muskets drawn and claimed your hearth till dawn. Soldiers slept in common homes and called it duty done. But in each house, behind each wall, whispered voices swore to all. We'll fight the law that breaks our peace till this tyranny shall cease. Then came the law to please the North. Quebec's domain was spreading forth. To Catholics freedom, to kingmen land, to colonists but chains in hand. They feared the line was drawn too tight, that crown and church would crush their right. And so they formed with faith and will a Congress on Philadelphia's hill. Tolerable acts, they called them so. But through their fire the truth did grow. You can shut our ports, you can tax our trade, but freedom's forge cannot be swayed. From Boston town to Virginia shore, they swore one cry. No more, no more, no more, no more. 13 hearts, one vow to keep. The dream of freedom woke from sleep. So mark the laws that chained the land. They birthed the cause that took a stand. From acts of rage to rights reclaimed, the spark of liberty was named. And though the crown sought to divide, it made the patriots unify. The Intolerable Acts, their cruelest blow, lit the flame that still burns below.